Hello and welcome back to another episode. Today I am thrilled to finally share with you my Polly Pocket. Not just any old Polly Pocket, mind you. This is the special edition Addams Family Mansion Polly Pocket, and we'll take a closer look in just a moment. But I've always been a sucker for a clamshell, collapsible little world, a play set that you can take with you. And I'm going to have to make another video about these because I have a Spider-Man sort of cityscape. I have Batman Forever, Val Kilmer's face that becomes the Batcave. There's a a whole Street Fighter fight happening inside this SNES controller-ish looking playset. I love these things, and it always has fascinated me right the way back to playing Zelda Link's Awakening on Game Boy. This idea that you can take a world with you and explore it in your imagination, but also physically within a playset. It's always been on my top tier of toys. I've always just been enamored with them. And Polly Pocket really is where it all started. I've previously made a video about Mighty Max. I have several Mighty Maxes, and that collection has grown since I first made that video years and years ago now. But Mighty Max really was just the acceptable face of Polly Pocket. My mum in particular didn't like that I really enjoyed playing with my friends, my female friends, Polly Pockets. They had various sizes, various types of scenarios. Maybe she was running a cafe or going to the beach or whatever. It was the little world, and yeah, the homemaking aspect, the control, I think, also appealed to me when I was a kid. I couldn't have told you this, but I had a world around me that felt very much out of control. So maybe actually having a little world that I could control was part of the appeal. Anyway, it's interesting that there was that sort of gay panic, that sort of, oh my goodness, you can't be playing with Polly Pocket. Mighty Max was the acceptable version. But a few weeks ago I got my hands on this. Let's take a closer look. Polly Pocket Special Collector's Edition, The Addams Family. Here it is in all its glory. And when I first learned that this thing existed online, I rushed over to Smith's Toys, a bit like Toys R Us, just around the corner, and there it was on the shelf. I was blown away that this mashup had occurred. It's not only because it's a Polly Pocket Mighty Max style playset, but also the Addams Family. I love the Addams Family, Chaz Addams cartoons, the movie, of course, and this is styled after the recent animated movies, but still, it's the Addams Family Mansion in a Polly Pocket form factor. I had to get it, and I was obviously screaming about this on social media when a friend who now works in a capacity that's unclear to me, and that's probably by design, but in some form or way with the Mattel company, who own Polly Pocket and who, along with MGM, made this one happen. He reached out and said, "Don't buy it. I'll send you one of the promotional ones. Just don't mention my name." So I was like, deal. And it arrived. Now, sadly, the packaging arrived damaged, and we'll come back to that in a moment, though, because there's some lovely details on the box. But when it comes to this playset, it's small but perfectly formed. It is the Addams Family Mansion, and as with any approach to the mansion, you are first greeted by the gates, Addams, which do open and let you in to the garden. There's a bench for perusing the graveyard. There is, in fact, a coffin that is accessible, and a human size, or Polly Pocket size, Venus flytrap, a man-eating plant, I suspect. You go into the mansion, and we have the staircase, fireplace. There's a bookcase with a secret, it says a treasure room, but actually that looks to me like it's the It's the conservatory, isn't it? It's where Morticia trims the heads off roses.
Don't torture yourself, Gomez. That's my job.
Upstairs we have the piano, and this is one of the things that I really wish they'd included, was a figure for Lurch, because he'd have been perfect at the piano. We have a somewhat Iron Maiden-ish little opening suit of armour, a chair for Morticia, of course, the peacock back chair, and a little magic seeing ball for fortune telling. And of course we have the letter A just there above the fireplace. Actually, on the staircase you can see, there he is, Uncle Fester, next to a framed picture of Cousin It as well on the stairs. And the whole house has that classic Addams Family colonial spooky vibe. The roof in particular is a silhouette that's famous, and no doubt that is where they pour boiling oil from onto unsuspecting carolers when they come calling. It's a fantastic little playset, and a very reminiscent of the Addams Family mansion. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a Polly Pocket playset without, well, not so much Polly, but rather the family. So, starting with Wednesday Addams herself. Here she is. And actually, I didn't realise this, but Polly Pocket in recent years has seemingly upgraded their figures to include rubberised hair. So the hair feels quite different from the rest of the figure. But quite a simple Wednesday there. We have Pugsley, looking good. Classic Pugsley, blonde with his striped jumper. They're all fairly well painted, and again, rubber hair, yellow rubber hair there. We have, naturally, Gomez, there he is, looking his charming and slightly greasy self. The hairstyle actually is much closer to what you see in the cartoons as opposed to perhaps the movie. And finally, we have Morticia, the sultry matriarch of the Addams Family, looking good. And in addition to these, there was a figure that really surprised me, and we might struggle to get this in focus, but it's a tiny little thing. Yep, the disembodied hand itself. And not only that, but also Thing, in fact, clips onto everyone's wrists. So if I just do that, there we go. So Thing can be on Morticia's wrist. It's fantastic. The way that the playset actually works out is such that it works really rather well for multiple play scenarios. For example, Wednesday can be resting in her coffin there. The Venus flytrap in the garden, if we open it up, is in fact large enough to house Pugsley's head being chomped on there. There's lots of indentations to place figures. For example, we can put Gomez on the steps to the entrance, and of course Morticia can be placed in her peacock chair at the top of the house along with Thing. It's a lovely playset, and I think it represents the Addams Family mansion really rather well. It's got all the key aspects that we know and love. As I say, I would love to have seen a Lurch figure for the piano, perhaps Uncle Fester, Cousin It, maybe Granny. But the thing is, where do you stop? And obviously these four members of the family are the core of the Addams Family, and hence they've been included in this playset. Now we do get a little hint of Lurch in the packaging. This is the box that my playset arrived in, Polly Pocket collector. And unfortunately the post was not kind to it. The plastic was damaged, the top of the box was torn, and that's fine. I really don't mind. but it does act as a wonderful little hint as to the broader world that this Polly Pocket is representing, not least on the interior, where we have some more family portraits. He was very difficult to get on camera, but there you are, Lurch in his portrait, right there at the back of the box. Another wonderful detail on this Polly Pocket is the lenticular display on the lid, which switches the family between being living and dead. Wonderfully morbid. So despite that damage, I am keeping this box for that element of world building. It's a charming bit of packaging and really sets up the world of this Polly Pocket set. So I'm really grateful that my friend reached out to me, and I couldn't be more pleased. I love both the fact that this is the Addams family and that it is a Polly Pocket. My first actual, honest to goodness, Polly Pocket. And there you have it, Polly Pocket Addams Family Edition. I love this thing. It's a fantastic combination of concepts. It's a well executed version of the Addams Family mansion. Could have done with a couple of extra figures, in my opinion, but that's by the by, I suppose. And of course, the clamshell collapsible world that's represented by these play sets is always top tier for me. It's always at the top of the list when it comes to play, to imagination, and to the possibilities therein. And yeah, damn it, I now have a Polly Pocket of my own. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, do take care. Bye bye.